Hello, this is Danita, and today I'm making my second video from the bankroll project that I'm doing. So it's a project to make $100 into $1,000. This is how it looks so far. So it has been kind of a bad stretch from here. Kind of annoying because I was pretty close to finishing the project, and then things didn't go that well. So I have made a spreadsheet here with some more stats. So I had peaked at around over $700. So at this point I only needed like 50 binds, something like that, on $7 games, or even less than $50, I think. But next day I lost a bit, lost $120, and then lost a bit on the next days as well. But I don't think it's that bad when you look at the adjusted. It's like 2 break-even days and 1 -20 buy-in days on the EV. So I don't think it's that bad, but of course when it's 20 buy-ins and you play $7 and when you move up from 3.5 to 7, it's kind of annoying, but that's just the way it is. So yeah, actually I've been losing in pretty much every format other than NineMax Hypers. SixMax, I think this is where most of my, well, not most of my, but a lot of the downswings have been because of 3.5 SixMax games. Finishing too often in 3rd to 5th place overall. 1 out of 5 games in 3rd place. In NineMaxes I've been running pretty awesome in 1.5s, of course. This is obviously pretty awesome run. So maybe now you can understand why some regs only play 1.5. But yeah, it's going to be like, I don't know, like 4 to 5% on 1.5, then around 4% on 3.5, I think, in the long run. I could look at my stats from so this is my NineMax stats in the last year. So it's around 4% on 3.5s, and I'm not exactly sure if this is too high. Yeah, I think it should be a bit too high. Probably closer to 5% will be accurate. This one has probably gone up a lot. Yeah, I think this ROI has gone up a lot within the project. Okay, so going to play a few games. I think this time I'm going to play only 6 max games. So I think I'm going to only play 3 tables at a time. Shouldn't take too long to get 3 games going. And you should see my HUD on upper right corner. So I have set session load to register for 40 minutes. Maybe I will do a bit less. I'm not exactly sure. Many but so much. It's pretty easy for. Seems like I forgot to start the HUD. This was a limped pot, so he shouldn't have an ace that often, I think. Of course, when he has stats like this, he might have it some of the time. But still going to... Now it's kind of interesting. He's going to call a pretty large bet in any ace, I think. Pretty much. When he calls, I think I'm going to just go all in. Or I could ISO to like 80 or 90. I think if he would not have called, I would have done ISO raised to 70 chips. Hopefully there will be some late game finishes. Hmm. 7-8. It's kind of closer. I think with this player it looks so loose that I'm just going to fold. Even though it's not that much sample. Going to try to just call this one, I think. It's not a great time to play out of position against after he calls, so might be a bit better to be just shoving it. Maybe try something like that if he's a bit more tight. It's not going to make that big of a difference, but I think calling is slightly better in hand. You can get someone behind to misread the situation and do something they wouldn't have done otherwise. But usually I'm just pushing this pre-flop if I'm playing a lot of tables. At least there will be some bubble play. Don't think he has that much hair most of the time. Against like small blind limp and check the flop, people are folding a lot, so most of the time it's okay to bet. Just going to try to get the showdown on the king queen. think he has been limping like almost every time, so I can't push hands like this. Seems like a player who likes to see a lot of flops, so probably doesn't like to call open shoves that much. But of course he's going to call with pocket eights. Could check that one afterwards. How much does he need to fold before it's profitable? So I marked that one. He seems tight enough to push any two. I'm actually not sure if I have enough fold equity there. Might be kind of a bit too tight fold. That's going to push this one. There's so much dead money to steal that it's going to be good. Queen 10 is going to be cool against most players, I would say. I think, yeah, I have to call this even if he was tight from the stats earlier. So we have some stats on him in here. Seems like he's folding. Like it might not mean that much in heads up, but still it gives some indication of how he plays. So when he has folded every time, I think it's going to be okay. It folded to every steal so far, I mean. King 4 off is pretty close in here as well. I think like King 7 I would go for. King 4 might be a bit too weak. This is kind of close as well. He did also push very quickly here, so that might mean he has a bit stronger range because of that. Don't think I'm running too well so far, but not that many games. Could make a note on him there. Could open this sometimes, I think, but big blind seems too loose in here. So if big blind would be a tight player, it would be okay to open any ace on this spot, I think. I think I remarked this player as someone I want to play against. Think I would have defended this if it will be just against him. Probably doesn't fold anything here, so would have pushed any two in this spot previous hand. This is probably okay. It's probably going to depend a lot on how much does he push after we fold. So it might not be a Nash push, but that's a spot I'm not entirely sure about. Okay, that's the first win, I think. I think I can already mark him with this guy as well. So when he has this kind of a stats, I don't think I'm pushing any two. In here, it's kind of a question if I can min-raise call against him or not. I think. It could be a decent hand to check if we do we want to min-raise or open shove it. So in these kind of a spots, it mostly depends on how much of your stack have you paid in antes. Like if you pay like half of your stack in antes, then it's going to be pretty much any two. If it's like 20% of your stack, you have some more room to fold. And I don't think this is any two spot yet. It's probably going to be kind of close there. This one plays really well post flop, so I think it's okay to call. Don't think I can really get him to fold much if I would push on the flop, because when he bets in a four-way pot, he's going to have it pretty much every time. So now I'm going to have to fold. I just don't think there is there's any reason to shove the flop when if he's never folding. And also by calling we make it easier for this guy to put more money in the pot as well. Of course the problem is that we have to fold. We have to fold turn if we don't improve. So might be a spot to maybe post on the hand analysis forum or something. Pokermania. But that's my reasoning anyway. I think I'm just going to stop the session on these games. Has been around 30 minutes. Not entirely sure about the results, if it's positive or not. Probably depends on how these last games go. Six-eight suited I think might be a good hand to just open shove in there as well. Probably it's like slightly plus EV. So might be best to just push this one if there is someone behind who 3-bets a lot. I think I might have some fold equity, so it's going to be, and also I don't know if he really has that strong of a range when he makes that kind of a when he makes it 3x there. Like, does he do that with like the best premium hands? I think usually not. Could min raise in here. Might be more of a standard play to min raise. So again, I really like to bet these kind of pots most of the time. I'm still going to continue betting, I think. I kind of have to just bet the river because there's so many misdraws, and it's not going to have a jack. It's not going to have a pair, so he might call it a 5, but other hands than that is going to be pretty unlikely, I think. This one is pretty close as well. Just going to take the easy option in that one. Going to give him a chance to bluff. And if he has something, he's going to give value. To give me value on the turn, he's going to give value on the river as well. If he's going to give me value, he's probably calling a bigger size into. But might be that he's not going to, like, if he has a full house, he's going to give me a lot of value, but I don't think that's going to be the case that often. So might not be the best. I think he's limping enough bad hands that I can push that one. So it might be that he's not going to have something to call a big race with there. Like he probably would have played more aggressively if he would have had like a 10. So then it could be better to bet small on the river. This is like the typical spot where I make a mistake where I'm misclicking, like even if it's just one chip to call. I'm often misclicking that one. Going to bet the river here as well. I don't really believe him actually. He might have like queen 5 or queen 6 or something. Or jack 5, jack 6. Going to try to min-raise here still. Think he was pretty tight looking from earlier, if I remember correctly. Now I think it's going to be a profitable set. Trying to decide whether to limp or push. Doesn't make a difference against that hand, of course. Going to be Nash call. And I think I'm just going to call Nash even if I don't have that much heads up sample when I know that he's a reg. Don't think this one is a... It's not a Nash call, so... Pretty long heads up. Seems to be going my way now. It's not over until I have all the chips, of course. Okay, now I have all the chips. Winning a bit, I think. %. Alright, not very many games. Okay, let's look at some of the hands. Have to remember to close PokerStars. Before I open HRC. think this is probably a slightly plus EV push. Did I have some FGS in here maybe? No, it's not actually a Nash push. Would have been close to break even, I think. Like if these guys fold a bit too much. Probably it's like really break even to push it. So this one is basically just a question about should we push this or just call it. I think I like just calling it better, but problem is of course that you don't get to realize your equity when you have to fold on the turn a lot. So probably going to post that hand. So this one, I don't think it's any too quiet yet. It might be wrong. It's like totally break even with FGS1. And I think we can trust FGS1 in this spot. So probably it's like really break even spot. Did I play 1.5? Because I was planning to play 3.5, but seems like I did play the wrong games. But that's okay. Okay, let's try this. Seems like I played the lower stakes on accident. So if I can call against him, maybe shove something like this. So might be a bit kind of an overplay to be shoving here. With King Jack suited. I would say it's better to min raise in general. This spot is, like I said, I'm not entirely sure about it. So I didn't think this would be like any two spot actually. And like if this guy is not pushing that much. It's going to be even more clear, I think. Yeah, so we probably should play any two here. Like if it would be, if we would have a bit less, then it's not going to be any two. Basically we are risking more when we have a smaller stack. This one is going to be a close one, I think. Doesn't seem to be as close as I think, as I would think. Probably it's still okay to push something like this. Maybe not like minus 0.2 spot. Might be a bit too wide still. Might be that I made too tight of a fold here. We can do it as a push fold spot if we think this guy is not folding. Well, and I think he's going to be folding, but not that often actually. So if he has like something like, he's going to probably push like small pairs, like suited aces and probably these ones. And ace 10 off is going to be minus 1.3. Might still be too tight there, so I think it's closer than this, but so even if he folds a lot, it seems to be actually a bit bad. And I don't think flat calling here is a good option, so I would say folding is good. So basically we just want to check how much does he need to fold before we can push any two. Actually, I need to do it like this. So he needs to call 24.5%. So I think it's going to be okay, but probably kind of close, but okay, I think that's it for the session. So thanks for watching, and please give me your comments on the King Jack suited hand. And I think that's going to be it. Okay, bye.